You'll see it all with a free 1-month trial of Racing UK.
Just after 11 p.m. on Saturday night is the 2014 renewal of the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Here's some of the best speedsters in America.
And away they go. Indexical along the inside is quick, but so is Pablo Del Monte in the centre. On the far side, Big Marker in the red cap. Those three very quick. Seeking the Sheriff is fourth. Golden Sense races along in fifth, only 2 lengths off these leaders. Kobe's back as the grey at the back of the pack. 3.5 separates them all, and then another 3 lengths to declassify. They've run past a half-mile pole. Indexical at the rail. Pablo Del Monte up alongside. Big Marker has scored 3 wide, having to go 4 wide, seeking the Sheriff. Meanwhile, Golden Sense hugs the rail in fifth. There's only 3 off the leaders. Then Kobe's back. And let's see, Declassify still has a good 8 to make up. At the top of the lane in the Bing Crosby, 4 in a line, seeking the Sheriff, Big Marker, Pablo Del Monte, Indexical. Now Golden Sense is hooked to the outside, and Golden Sense now coming after them. Declassify didn't fire today. Homeward bound in the Bing Crosby, and here's Golden Sense on the outside. Big Marker's running a big one, so is seeking the Sheriff. Big Marker on the inside, Golden Sense in the centre. Big Marker, Golden Sense, Big Marker has won it.
And they're off. And Happy My Way gunned right to the lead, is quickly in front by a length. Palace comes up the inside, and then it's Falling Sky. Bahamian Squall there on the far outside, and also up closest Lemon Drop Dream. Then farther back, Capo Bastoni, and it's 2 lengths back to Vijack. Off to a slow start. It's Happy My Way. Happy My Way out there by almost 2 as they race for the far turn. And he drilled a 22 flat opening quarter mile. Happy My Way out there now by 2.5. Palace down toward the inside, Bahamian Squall on the outside. In between those 2, Lemon Drop Dream. A break of 3 back to Falling Sky as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. At the quarter pole, Happy My Way's got a 3-length lead. Palace a bit wide off the turn, but he's targeting Happy My Way. Falling Sky down toward the inside with 1 furlong to go here in the Vanderbilt. And at the 8th pole, it's Happy My Way in front. Palace to the attack on the outside. Driving hard, Palace trying to reel in Happy My Way. It's going to be very close at the finish. And here's the wire. It's Palace, the winner. And they're off. Weekend Hideaway gunning for the early lead, and Zebros has got his speed too. Up the backstretch, Weekend Hideaway, Zebros going head-to-head, and Palace not far behind. Confrontation has come out fourth behind this lively battle here. Then a break of 3 back to Big Business. Clearly now continues on the outside. He's about 7 lengths from that heat up front. Vijack follows him closely. 5 lengths back to Sensational Slam. Capo Bastoni trails the field. Wicked first quarter, 22-2, and Zebros is the leader into the far turn. He has outsprinted the fleet-footed Weekend Hideaway, who's now a length and a half behind. Confrontation third. On the inside, Palace is now fourth. Clearly now the one to beat. 5 lengths from the lead with 3 furlongs from the wire. The half up in 45-1. Bruising fractions here. Zebros still in front. Weekend Hideaway is second, and clearly now draws in ever closer as the field comes to the top of the stretch. Palace is right in behind the lead, and he dives to the inside with a menacing move as they enter the final furlong. And clearly now has got a lot to do. He's dropped 5 lengths behind. In the meantime, Palace has come through and has seized the lead, and Palace is pouring it on. Vijack comes through down toward the inside, and they're coming down to the finish, and Palace dazzles here and wins by 3.5 lengths.
And they're off. Happy My Way and Private Zone go out for the early lead, and Dad's Caps is right there, and Palace at the rail. Solitos Amigos is racing in 5th with the Zebros in 6th, followed by Rebo Bobo. Coup de Grace is the trailer in 8th. Happy My Way clear by almost a length over Private Zone. Dad's Caps runs in 3rd. Zebros is on the outside, and the favorite Palace down at the rail in 5th, about 4 lengths from the lead. The quarter was run in 22 2/5 seconds. Salutos Amigos is 6th. Then it's a break of 3 lengths back to Coup de Grace, and Rebo Bobo is now the trailer. A battle up front. between Happy My Way on the inside and Private Zone on the outside, and Dad's Caps sits just in behind in third. Palace is fourth, 5 lengths from the lead, the half in 44 and 4/5 seconds. The field is in the stretch, and it is Private Zone and Dad's Caps. The two of them are together inside the 8th pole. Then it's Palace and Saludos Amigos. Dad's Caps, Private Zone, they're right together as they come down for the wire in the Vosburg, and Private Zone has won it again, back-to-back years.
And away they go to a perfect start. All lining up for the lead early on here, and Kenny Hill on the far side, Indexical in the white blinkers, and Rich Tapestries right there between them. At the rails, Secret Circle, 4 of them in a line, and Golden Sense right on the heels in 5th. They run to the half-mile pole, and Kenny Hill on the far side, Indexical between them. Rich Tapestry, 1 from the rail, and at the rail, Secret Circle. There goes Golden Sense, now has to go 4 wide, but Golden Sense now moves up to make it 4 in a line with 3/8 to go. Secret Circle down at the rail. Between horses, Indexical and Kenny Hill in the black cap. On the far side, Golden Sense going to have to go furthest of all, but 4 of them in a line, and Rich Tapestry now waiting for room. Any one of the 5 could win at top of the lane, and Golden Sense strikes the front. Rich Tapestry is now pulled to the outside. Golden Sense got first run and kicked away, but Rich Tapestry's finishing gamely along the inside. It's Golden Sense and Rich Tapestry running for the wire together. Rich Tapestry's catching him. Golden Sense, Rich Tapestry, a nose bob.
That nose bob went to Rich Tapestry, who comes into the Breeders' Cup Sprint off that win in that Grade 1 race, the Santa Anita Championship, and Rich Tapestry is 9-2. Same price, Secret Circle. This looks like a wide open race. 7-1, Private Zone. Palace, who was behind Private Zone last time, is 6-1. Let's chat to James about this. Let's start with Rich Tapestry first of all, a horse who has quite an interesting tapestry with regards to his background. Started life off with Dermot Weld in Ireland, has gone to Hong Kong, won in Dubai, and here he is heading to the Breeders' Cup Sprint with a prep run. How important was that effort to get him ready for Saturday?
Well, I think he was a bit of a lucky winner on the day. I think the second horse was exposed to the stronger part of the race, but there's no doubt this is a talented sprinter, is there? He's a very, very high cruising speed. We saw that in Dubai. We saw that again against the Americans there. And breaking from stall 6, the ideal draw. He's not a very big horse physically. That's one thing that would concern me in this huge field. There can't be a harder race than this. This is just virtually impossible. There are 5 horses with the best form, but some of the other horses are likely improvers as well. It's going to be very hard to decode. And that piece of footage we saw in which Rich Tapestry ran, I like the run of Secret Circle, the Baffert-trained filly. She was pinned to the fence. I don't think that was the best part of the track. That day, she had to sort of be steadied into the turn as well. And I think Uncle Bob will have her ready. Like he's had this race on her agenda for a long time. I think Mike Peagram's horse will peak with a big effort. Not a great price though, 92. The whole of the world sees Secret Circle as being a likely improver here, so he's not a great price, but I think he is going to run well. Okay,
what about the other Bob Baffert runner, Indianapolis, Mike Smith from stall 2?
Well, he won a high-end claimer allowance race last time out, nowhere near. He's a promising horse, but he just can't be entertained seriously in terms of form at this stage. The fact that Baffert's running in for Messrs Magnier, Tabor and Smith means that almost certainly he'll end up winning lots of cash for them at some point. He looks like Baffert wouldn't mess around within a race like this, but it's a massive, massive guess up. Mike Smith from stall 2, I should imagine he'll be having nightmares about that. Switch to the outside from stall 2.
Had a look at some of the videos of a couple of the horses, and one I quite like. You can perhaps give me a little bit more substance to what I saw, James, was Fast Anna. Son of Medaglia d'Oro, who was second at Saratoga over 7 furlongs in the Grade 1 back in August, where he travels well, moves through the race like a real machine, and then just emptied out. He's run once since, and he's beaten. Again, moving through the race really nicely. I mean, what's the substance behind what I saw?
Well, it could well have been the Saratoga effect. I don't know, because he was nowhere near the same horse at Parks. We're talking about our all-weather tracks. Be very careful with horses that show their best form at Saratoga in America, because it does seem to attract a particular type of horse. Again, he's a lightly raced horse. Kathy Ritvo, we've seen what she's done, of course, with a Macho Man in recent years, and she can do it. She can get a horse ready for a big race. It's a huge guess up, but again, if it's a horse you like, I know you've seen something from a horse and you believe in it, this is a race to take a shot, because those with form can't be described as being great value. It's going to be an absolute scramble and a really difficult race to predict.
David Brown sends a runner, Windfire, who was 5th behind Mirza, promoted to 4th last time out in France.
Well, she's by Distorted Humour out of an AP Indy mare, so it's the right surface for her, isn't it? So let's commend her team for running her, because let's not commend them so much for not actually giving her any experience of even sand racing before this. So I think not necessarily a masterful long-term plan, but nevertheless she has ability. Euros switching to this surface have done well, have won the race before. I'm thinking of you, Sheikh Al Badou. That was at Churchill Downs, which is turf friendly. Yeah, different ball game here. Good luck with her.
Okay, just boil it down, James. You said it's a wide open race.
Right.
At the moment, Secret Circle and Rich Tapestry with Sky Bet are the market leaders. You boil it down to a handful of runners. Who would they be?
The top 4 would be Secret Circle on form, Private Zone, Rich Tapestry, and Palace. Probably throwing Big Matcher, although that was I think everything was right for him on the day. He showed his best form. Those horses are just maybe a pound or 2 less than what normally is required to win. I guess something might step forward and beat them all. I don't know. It's going to be a thrilling race to watch. Good luck with whatever you fancy there. A little bit of inspiration there, Rishi. That's what you need. A little bit of an angle in. Yep. But please, please secure a good price here, because you really don't want to be taking a short price against this, even though I've put up Secret Circle, who's a miserly 9-2.
Okay, a wide open renewal for this year's Breeders' Cup Sprint.